I think it's often the case that we as Pokemon fans take for granted exactly how much work goes into the design process for Pokemon. But it's not entirely our fault. Game Freak is very secretive with how they design Pokemon. Fortunately, sometimes they give us glimpses into the early or beta designs for Pokemon, which allows us to see how much it's changed since its concept art. While some of these changes are kind of wacky, some actually make great improvements over the initial concept. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 5 Pokemon design changes that Game Freak has made from the beta to the official game release. Keep in mind that this list is just based off of my opinion, so be sure to let me know your favorites in the comments down below. Starting our countdown off at number 5 is Poliwrath. The design on the left is Poliwrath's first Pokemon Red and Green beta design, which was first revealed on Game Freak's Japanese website in 1997. This design change here is very interesting for a couple of reasons. First off is the fact that in the Pokemon Adventures manga, Red's starter Pokemon was actually a Poliwag, which eventually evolves into a Poliwrath, which of course looks similar to how we now know Poliwrath looks like. Given that the manga came out so early in the franchise, it is surprising that they had prepared it with the new version. Our main protagonist could have very well had his main Pokemon as this derpy blob Pokemon instead of this macho fighter. What's also interesting is that the beta version of Poliwrath also appears to have a crown on its head. Keep in mind that in Generation 2, Poliwhirl can evolve into Politoed if it is traded with the King's Rock, an item that looks very much like a crown. Whether or not this was meant to be a callback to this beta form, I suppose we'll never know, but it sure makes sense and is really fun to speculate about. The good old days when we as kids thought that Marill had something to do with Pikachu when even as a Generation 2 Pokemon it was revealed during Generation 1. I remember when we used to call this thing Pikachu Blue, but now, looking at its beta design, that name makes even less sense. This design was actually a concept art for the Pokemon Gold and Silver beta, and boy am I ever glad it did not make it out of the beta testing. I comment on this on a lot of my videos, but back in Generations 1 and 2 there were just too many pink blob Pokemon, and this thing would have only increased that number further. It's kind of cute, yes, but it's also rather bland and nothing jumps out at me and says, that's a Pokemon when I look at it. Marill as we know it has a way better and more coherent design, and I think this design change was a huge upgrade. Now this next one, for Beedrill, is, very interesting. Here's Beedrill's evolutionary line as we currently know it, and here is Beedrill's evolutionary line as revealed through Game Freak's official site in 1997 for the Pokemon Red and Green beta. What in the world happened here? It looks like they wanted to make the Beedrill line a cockroach kind of thing initially, but then changed it entirely, and thank God. For those of you who have seen my top 10 least favorite Generation 2 Pokemon video, you'll know that I'm not very fond of the Letiball line, and this thing looks like it would have been a cockroach version of them. Ugh, disgusting. This is definitely one of the biggest design upgrades out of any on this list, but just wait, it gets even stranger. And for our runner-up, we have... okay, I don't even know what to call this thing, it's just this. This design was part of the Pokemon Gold and Silver beta, and it was designed by Muneo Sato, who was actually the designer for all 3 of the legendary beasts. All I can say is thank God he improved his skills before the final game came out. This thing looks like a terribly remixed hybrid of Suicune and Raikou with some light bulbs protruding from his shoulders. Just look at the difference in quality between these, it's unfathomable. Raikou and Suicune are some of the best designed Pokemon of all time in my opinion, and seeing that they originated from this abomination is somehow disheartening and incredibly relieving at the same time. And the best Pokemon design change, in my opinion, is this right here. Can we all just sit back for a moment and absorb this? This was almost an official Pokemon! This thing has either been dubbed Latiasakin or Latikin by fans, and it was originally part of the Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire beta. It of course resembles a horrible mix of Latias and Blaziken's features, and I don't know who in their right mind thought this thing would be a good addition to the generation, but boy oh boy, we all have to be immensely thankful that they decided to separate the two from this atrocity. I just really can't believe anyone came up with this, and I really wonder whether it was supposed to take Latias' place as a legendary or Blaziken's place as a starter. The really concerning thing is that both legendaries and starters are really key Pokemon in ensuring the success of a new generation, and man oh man do I think things would have ended badly for Gen 3 if this thing had actually been released from the depths of hell where it quite obviously came from. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this top 5, the best design changes in the Pokemon franchise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and comment letting me know what you think of this list. As always, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more Pokemon content, and make sure to check my Discord server invitation link down in the description below. We've currently got over 110 members in our Discord, and it's a really great community full of Pokemon fans with lots of Pokemon discussion, battles, trades, content sharing, and tons of other fun stuff. So if that sounds like a good time to you, come on in and join in the action by clicking the link down below. Anyway, that's it for now, and I will see you guys next time with another countdown video.